Recognizing a mental health crisis is hard because the part of you that needs help is also the part you're using to judge if something's wrong. But understanding the signs can be life-saving. A crisis can begin subtly. You might feel completely overwhelmed by daily tasks. Brushing your teeth, showering, or answering a text can feel impossible. You're not being lazy or dramatic, your brain is overloaded. Your emotions might become intense and unpredictable. Panic attacks can make you feel like you're dying, even when there's no danger. You might fly into rage over small things, or cry uncontrollably for reasons you can't explain. Or maybe the opposite happens. Everything goes numb. You don't feel joy, sadness, anger, just nothing. Life feels distant, meaningless. That's not indifference. That's shutdown. Sleep and eating patterns often fall apart. You might sleep for 14 hours and still feel exhausted, or be unable to fall asleep because your mind won't stop racing. Some people go days without eating because food feels pointless. Others eat compulsively to self-soothe, then spiral into guilt. These physical disruptions aren't just symptoms. They can worsen your mental health in a dangerous loop. Thoughts can turn dark. Maybe it starts with a quiet wish to disappear, or a belief that others would be better off without you. These are passive thoughts, and while common, they still matter. But if you begin making plans, researching methods, writing letters, or giving away possessions, that's no longer passive. That's urgent. You need help immediately. Sometimes your sense of reality changes. You might feel like you're in a dream, like you're watching life through glass, or like you're not fully present. You may believe you're receiving messages through music or street signs, or feel like people are watching or controlling you. This break from reality, called psychosis, can be terrifying and dangerous, and it's never something to handle alone. And even if you can't see the full picture, others might. If friends or family express concern about your behavior, your mood, or your safety, try not to dismiss it. People who care about you often notice things you can't see from the inside. Their worry isn't judgment, it's love. A mental health crisis doesn't always look like screaming or collapsing. Sometimes it looks like silence, isolation, or total exhaustion. And if any of this sounds familiar, it might be time to reach out. Psychiatric hospitalization is like intensive care for your mind. It's not a punishment. It's a protective space used when safety becomes the top priority and outpatient care isn't enough. The most common reason for hospitalization is intent with a plan and access to means. Thinking, I don't want to be here is serious, but when that turns into, I'm going to take all my pills tonight, or I know exactly where and when I'll do it, that's a crisis requiring immediate structured intervention. Plans plus means, like pills or a weapon or a chosen location, mean your life is at immediate risk. Psychotic episodes are another major reason. Psychosis isn't just being out of it, it's losing your ability to tell what's real. You might hear voices that feel completely convincing, see things that aren't there, or believe you're being followed or targeted. You might feel like you're receiving divine messages, or that your thoughts aren't your own. These experiences can feel real and terrifying. Without treatment, they can lead to unsafe behavior, confusion, or total disconnection from the world around you. Severe mania can also require hospitalization. At first, it might feel like unstoppable energy or brilliance, like you're finally your best self, but judgment quickly disappears. You might go on reckless spending sprees, engage in dangerous sex, drive without caution, or believe you're invincible or destined for greatness. Sleep becomes unnecessary. Thoughts race too fast to finish a sentence. Euphoria often turns to irritability, paranoia, or aggression, especially when others can't keep up with your mind. Once the mania fades, the crash can be devastating, often leaving behind broken relationships, financial ruin, or legal trouble. Severe depression with psychotic features is especially dangerous. You might feel completely paralyzed, unable to eat, speak, or move. On top of that, you might hear voices telling you you're worthless or deserve to die. You might believe you're responsible for things that aren't your fault, or that people are conspiring against you. This mix of helplessness and delusion is one of the most life-threatening mental states, and hospitalization provides the intensive care needed to interrupt it. Catatonia is another serious condition. It can look like total stillness, rigid posture, no speech, no movement. Or the opposite, extreme, repetitive, and purposeless agitation. You might be awake but completely unresponsive, not eating, not drinking. Or you might be pacing nonstop, repeating motions or words without control. Both types are medical emergencies. Severe panic and anxiety can also lead to hospitalization. Panic attacks can feel like heart attacks, chest pain, shortness of breath, dizziness. Some people become so afraid of having another attack that they stop leaving their homes or seeing other people. When daily life becomes impossible due to fear, and physical symptoms feel life-threatening, emergency care may be the only option. Finally, substance-related crises can trigger or worsen psychiatric symptoms. Stimulants like meth can cause paranoia or hallucinations that last for days or even weeks. Withdrawal from alcohol or benzodiazepines can lead to seizures, intense anxiety, or life-threatening symptoms. Even medications prescribed for anxiety can cause crises when misused or suddenly stopped. No matter the cause, psychiatric hospitalization is meant to stabilize you, not to shame you. It's a reset button, a space where the world slows down and safety comes first, so healing can begin. Mental health crises don't ask permission. They don't check your calendar or wait for a convenient moment. They crash into your life during finals week, right before that big presentation, or while you're juggling everything for everyone else. Suddenly the world keeps spinning while you feel like you're falling apart. I remember sitting on my dorm room floor at 2 a.m., staring at textbooks I couldn't focus on, terrified of disappointing everyone who believed in me. That crushing fear of falling behind, of judgment, of losing everything you worked for, it's real. It's not dramatic or weak to feel overwhelmed when your mind is in crisis while life demands you keep performing. The shame can feel as heavy as the crisis itself. Our culture treats mental health struggles like character flaws instead of what they really are: medical conditions that require care, not criticism. Here's what I wish someone had told me back then. You matter more than any deadline, grade, or milestone. You can retake a class, rebuild a career, catch up on missed opportunities, but you can't do any of that if you don't take care of yourself first. Seeking help isn't giving up. It's pressing pause so you can heal and come back stronger, with real tools and support that will serve you for years to come. Many schools and workplaces have systems specifically for mental health crises. Medical leave, incomplete grades, flexible deadlines. You don't have to share every painful detail to access help. Just saying I'm struggling and need support can open doors you didn't know existed. This feels enormous right now, but it's temporary. Healing takes time, but it builds lasting strength. What feels like an ending might actually be the beginning of the life you're meant to live. One where you know how to care for yourself when it matters most.